everyone, Jillian Nelson here with the premiere video of Autism on the Go. This has been my goal for 2019, was to start this YouTube channel. And I want this YouTube channel to be really different from any other autism YouTube channel that you've watched. I'm not going to script this. I'm not going to edit this. This is just going to be raw, honest me. What's held me back this long was this idea that I needed to learn how to edit. I needed to get a backdrop. I needed to learn lighting. I needed to figure out all those things. And then I needed to set aside time to create content. Well, executive function got the best of me on all of that. And I realized that when I am most inspired to talk to you is usually when I'm out and about living my life. Usually in my car. Never driving my car. Just sitting in my car. And the reality is this is my life with autism. It's getting a really, really great idea and something I want to share in the middle of a chaotic day. It's the reactions to doing something really hard or really challenging, or facing ableism in the real world, or encountering something really, really cool. So that's the content I want to create for you, because I discovered that my journey with autism is raw. And it's real, and it's honest, and it's unfiltered, and it's unscripted. And I think that's what we're missing sometimes when we start talking about autism, is everything is so managed and scripted and coordinated, and that's not our lives. So here we are. Welcome to Autism on the Go. I want to tell you a little bit about me. I'm 37. I'm an autistic woman. I live in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I work for an autism organization as the community resource and policy advocate. So I do all of our information resource work. I'm talking to individuals with autism and families. I'm helping facilitate support groups for adults on the spectrum, as well as our LGBT community here. I also do all of our public policy work. So I'm on the Hill, both here in Minnesota and also federally. Lobbying and advocating for the best interest of our community. And I think that the information resource part of my job makes me really good at that, because it's not just my perspective I get to carry with me. It's all of the hundreds and hundreds of people I get to talk to in my line of work. I wasn't diagnosed until I was 21. I was your stereotypical woman with autism. I was diagnosed with everything but autism. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, emotional behavioral disorder, anxiety, depression, ADHD. That one did stick. But when I was 21, I was a homeless drug addict. I couldn't get anything right. I couldn't hold a job. I couldn't keep a relationship. I struggled maintaining friendships. I couldn't even keep a roof over my head. And my brother was in preschool, and he was diagnosed. They got it really early. And the doctor that diagnosed him was the same doctor that diagnosed me with everything but autism when I was growing up. And he remembered me, and he remembered my mom, and he called her and said, I think we may have missed this. She should probably go get tested. So I did. First evaluation was not a good one. The doctor actually said that I couldn't be autistic because I'm a very visual thinker. As much as I didn't know about autism back then, I knew that we use pictures to communicate with kiddos with autism, to help them communicate. So I was pretty sure that wasn't really a valid justification. So I sought a second opinion. I looked for someone that knew about adults with autism and women with autism. And at that time, that was really, really hard to find. So I ended up driving over an hour, which actually at the time I didn't have a driver's license. So I ended up taking medical transportation over an hour away to get assessed. And sure enough, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. It was my dirty little secret for a long time. I didn't talk about it. I didn't belong to the community. I didn't think there was anyone else out there like me. So we just ignored it. When I moved back home, I moved to Chicago, then ran away from my problems, pretended I wasn't autistic. Yeah, that didn't really work out so well. I got into a lot of antics. Then I came home, and I wanted to live at home, and I didn't want to pay rent. And my mom said, the only way you're going to do that is if you take this class called Partners in Policymaking, which was a disability advocacy class. You guys, I didn't want to take the class. Why did I want to be in a room with a bunch of people talking about my disability? I didn't have a disability. I'm not like those people. So I applied, and I figured there's no way they're going to accept me. They accepted me. So I figured, okay, I'll go. Like, I'm going to school for human services right now. Like, this will be great. It'll be super useful, right? I can do this. I didn't ever think that I was going to use it for disability stuff, but it got me rent-free through the rest of college. So I was all on board. Then I went. And it was the first time I'd ever been in a room where me having a disability wasn't something bad, where people wanted to hear my viewpoint as a person with a disability and taught me that, like, I had meaning, that I was contributing something as an autistic person, not in spite of it. And that was the beginning of everything. And now, this is my life. This is my career. And this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to change the world for people with autism. I want to make it better. I want to change the stigma. I want to change the stereotypes. I want to change what people think about when they think of autism. And I want to make the world a safer place for all of us and a more understanding and welcoming place for us. So here we are. And I think that this is going to be a really neat journey, and I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on my thoughts and to see what we can learn together and to maybe help other people change the world the same way. So welcome to Autism on the Go. I can't wait to see what's next. I do have some fun things planned for the first of the new year to kind of launch this channel with some pizzazz. We're going to be doing a feature called Parallel Play, where many of my autistic friends who also produce content, many of whom I'm sure you've heard of and follow, are going to post about the same topic as me on the same day, but our own individual thoughts and perspectives. So stay tuned. We're going to have some great stuff coming up, and I'm so glad you're with me on this journey.